Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet vegan because I'm Viet and I'm vegan. I'm gonna talk in a slightly more muted voice today because I have a massive headache. As you can tell from the video, I'm currently about to have my period. I'm not on my period yet, but honestly, I don't know what it is for you guys, but the week before my period is the week where I'm the most ravenous, I'm the most driven by instinct or whatever you call this. It's the most important time for me to make sure that I'm eating things that I'm listening to my body and making sure that I'm getting what I need to get nutrient wise. I'm not a doctor. I don't know the intricate ins and outs of my uterus. I do understand that when I am menstruating, that is a layer of my body just shedding, and that's a lot of blood and that's a lot of iron that I'm losing. So I do end up finding that I crave a lot of things that are rich in iron. So currently right now, it's post-Thanksgiving in Canada and I'm craving still mashed potatoes, and mashed potatoes are I'm pretty sure in the skins there's a lot of iron in them. Maybe I'm okay for iron, maybe that's why I'm not craving it that much. I'm just craving a lot of carbs. I'm just ravenous and I'm hungry even though I feel full. I just feel hungry, and that to me is the sign that my period is coming. I've also been craving a lot of leafy greens, which are pretty rich in iron. So I've been eating a lot of, I don't know how to say it in English, bone? They're bowls of noodles with some sort of protein, a lot of greens, pickled daikon and carrots. I can link that down below. I can show you guys an example. I'm probably gonna post it on Instagram today so you guys can see what it looks like. So yeah, I've been making a lot of these bone bowls, which are pretty traditional in Vietnamese cooking. You can order at a Vietnamese restaurant. Typically there's grilled pork or barbecued chicken, I think, in it, but obviously I don't eat that. So that's what I've been eating. Other times I crave a lot of rice. I guess there's times where I go through a lull in the amount of rice that I eat. I can eat rice pretty much every day. That would not bother me. That's what I grew up eating. Usually on my period, I crave a ton of rice, especially sushi. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the iron and the B12 in the seaweed. Maybe that makes sense. My body makes a lot of sense. Guys, you should listen to your body. If I can afford to go out for sushi, which I usually can't, I just make my own sushi. So I have avocado nigiri. It's a recipe on my blog if you guys want to make that. But it's basically, I really like spicy mayo. When I eat sushi, I feel I just really want mayo. So I put avocado, rice, nori, and then spicy mayo on top. But if I'm too lazy to make it like this, then I turn it into a deconstructed bowl, which is basically a sushi. It's just all the things that you would put in sushi in a bowl. This is what I typically do. And if I can go out and I can have sushi at a place that doesn't give me allergic reactions, then great. But I actually haven't experienced any sushi that is an omnivore restaurant that doesn't cross-contaminate with fish. And I'm allergic to fish in the sense that I get really itchy and I get hives all over my hands and my face. It's really bad. I probably should have noticed this fish allergy a lot sooner, because normally I was oh, it's fine, just don't cook with the stuff. But even I feel when they don't properly clean the knife or the cutting board, I get a reaction. So I've just avoided eating at sushi restaurants because I don't trust them. If I feel I'm lacking in iron, I tend to go for pretty iron rich foods like chickpeas, squash, lentils. Basically any of your vegan proteins are usually quite rich in iron. I can't eat nuts, so that's not an option, but mostly it's a lot of chickpeas, tahini, whole grains, leafy greens. Those are all very iron rich foods, and then I pair them with vitamin C to help absorb the plant iron, which is non-heme iron. Heme iron is what you get from red meat and stuff. Anyway, you don't care about that. I don't know enough about that to feel authoritative enough to explain that to you. But anyway, so I have a couple recipes on my blog. I have a quinoa. This is the typical food that I would make because it has mayo. It has pears. This is the recipe. And it is so good. I've made it for so many people and they're holy shit, this is amazing. I'm yeah man, bull food, that's my jam. I also make a lot of lentils. So I either have two go-tos that I go with. If I have diced tomatoes, I will make a red lentil stew, sort of, and I eat it on top of rice, and it's kind of curried, it's kind of spicy, it's got ginger and stuff like that. It's really good. So I either eat that or I make lentil dal, which is basically the same thing but without the tomatoes. Although there's a little bit of tomatoes, it's just not quite. It's fresh tomatoes cut up into it. But it's more of a yellow Indian dal stew. And it's super easy and it's super delicious, and I just love how spicy and comforting it is, and I eat both with rice or naan. Another thing that I really crave is chocolate. I mean, I feel everyone craves chocolate on their period. I feel that's pretty stereotypical, but I tend to lean towards either having dark chocolate or chocolate peanut butter cups. So I also have a recipe for chocolate peanut butter cups, and this is the one that I make because I feel they are the most Reese's peanut butter cups. Like I like filling that isn't just like pure nut butter on the inside. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who make the recipes and it's just pure nut butter inside, which is like, it's good, but like I want like something that kind of stand up and I can take a bite of it and it's like reminiscent of Reese's peanut butter cups. I usually get dark chocolate from Whole Foods. Now if you guys follow me on Snapchat, you guys have probably seen me have my snack chats where I go to Whole Foods and I get a bunch of shit. And one of them is like this chocolate bar. I can't remember the brand name of it, but I'll link it down below for you guys so you guys can find it. But it is just like a really simple, super delicious dark chocolate that isn't like overpoweringly dark, even though I do like it quite bitter. You guys know that I can't really handle too much sugar or things that are like overly sweet or overly salty. That makes me sound like I can't deal with like seasoned food, but like I can, you just have to season it correctly. I like to be able to taste the food, okay? And the other thing that I really make sure that I do is I drink tons of water and I kind of avoid caffeine. Lately I've been avoiding caffeine anyway just because I find that it like aggravates my eczema. So I haven't been drinking any tea or coffee, and I think I had a green tea latte last week and I didn't really have a fun time. So I just avoid caffeine at the moment. And I do realize that chocolate has caffeine in it, and for some reason I don't feel like chocolate bothers me. But anyway, no coffee, no tea, and if I do drink tea, it's usually like an herbal tea. I've been trying to transition into using less tampons. I don't use pads. I'm strictly a tampon person. I just hate the feeling of having like stuff in my pants that like, I just feel like it's like damp and I feel like it's sticky. Like, ugh, it's horrible. I strictly use tampons. I want to transition into using a menstrual cup because I feel like it's more eco-friendly. There's less chemicals like leaching into my body. It's not tested on animals because I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure tampons are tested on animals. The brand of tampons that I use is owned by, I think, Unilever, which definitely tests on animals, so there's that. But I have this like giant box of them that I got from Costco, and it's literally lasted me years. And then my mom just bought me another box. My mom watches these videos, so Mom, stop buying me tampons. I'm trying to not use tampons anymore, but I have like literally 200 tampons that's gonna last me freaking forever. So who knows when I'll be able to transition into menstrual cups. Although some of you guys have mentioned that I can donate the tampons to like a shelter or something, like a women's shelter. There's a lack for those kind of products, but I would do that, but my package is already opened, so I don't know if it's like good to do that. I don't know if they can take it, but yeah, I just haven't really made the leap to using menstrual cups yet. I don't even know if I can. Like, I'm kind of afraid of putting in a menstrual cup because they look really big. They're big. I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but I've started to avoid using the terminology of feminine hygiene products or like women who menstruate or whatever, because I'm trying to be mindful that there are people who are trans out there who also menstruate. So instead of saying only women menstruate, I'm just saying that people who menstruate, because they can be men or women. It just, you don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys eat when you guys are on your period. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, leave a comment down below with things that you do when it's menstruation time. And I hope you guys have a great day. I was gonna say delicious day, but I mean, yeah, have a delicious day. Bye. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Look at the potatoes. It's like an ice cream mountain of potatoes. All right, let's cut into this bad boy. How do you even serve a roast? Do you use like tongs?